up. It's got an airlock on it, and I ain't letting the outside world into that bucket or carboy, depending on the mead. You know, I mean, I'm gonna keep it out and make sure that I don't get stuff in there that I don't know where it's come from.
Yeah, see, I tend to use, like, when I make my apple run, I'm using apples that are full of worms, and, you know, I wash them, but I'm sure I'm not getting everything off of them, and I certainly can't sanitize the insides of them.
Yeah.
So usually what I do, if I have time to treat it with pectinase, I'll also sulfite it at the same time, but I know from my experience with these apples, I usually, once I press it, end up with juice that's about 1.050 for specific gravity, and I have actually had a couple of batches where, while I was waiting for the pectinase to do its thing, the native yeast had a ball, and I had stuff that was like, it was about half fermented already, so it was already down to like 1.020030, something like that. And so, because I, like Vicky, don't trust wild yeast to do the job I want done, I usually, when I have batches that I know there might be wild yeast, I make sure that I'm going to pitch something with a kill factor, and usually for me that go-to is K1V 1116. So,
yeah, K1V pretty much is the assassin bug of the yeast.
Yeah, so
K1V is no longer available in my country.
Oh, that bites.
Really? Why?
I don't know. They've replaced it with Hello or something strange.
Hello?
Okay. They've replaced it with Okay.
Okay. Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very.
I've only got 4 kilos left, so I'm getting anxious.
4 kilos?
Well, I'm sure we can arrange something, you know. We can figure something
4
out.
kilos. I'm sure you could bank some of that.
Yeah.
Well, it went out of date, and the local brew shop turfed it. And I went in there asking him for it, and he's like, "They don't make it anymore." I'm like, "I need it," and he said, "Oh well, there's 6 or 7 kilos in the bin if you want it."
Probably stored for years.
The freezer is your friend in that case, I would think, you know.
Yeah, it's working a treat. It's working a treat for me still.
There you go.
Yep. I think we've covered just about everything.
Well, and yeah, I mean, there's
aside from Manny's waxworms.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Tell us about the waxworms, Manny. We're curious.
Well, since I one of the meads I made, I used the whole hive basically. Just the guy, the local beekeeper I get the stuff from, he just gives me the raw. Just it's spun, but that's it. There's no heating, nothing. So there are literally chunks of hive in there and entire bees. And along with the hive and the bees come the gorgeous waxworms, which basically look like mealworms. They're gross. But, the last 5-gallon batch I made, I saw 2 or 3 of these weird things floating in there when it cleared up. And when I got close, you know, at first I was freaking out because I thought something had gotten in. But it turned out to be waxworms, which are just moths that seem in the hive, or they lay their eggs in the hive and they eat the wax. I guess they call them waxworms because they eat the wax. But luckily, fermentation kills everything. So once you rack off them, you don't have to worry about them anymore. The only thing I wanted to try and save were the whole bees. Maybe put like a little bee in the bottom of each bottle, kind of like the mezcal worm.
Yeah. Icky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a no.
As much as I'm okay with pressing wormy apples into apple cider that I will drink before it's been sulfited, I kind of have a squick factor about insects floating around in my stuff.
And besides,
especially if they've got a stinger attached.
Yeah.
The bee looked pretty cool. It didn't look gross. I mean, there was a full and intact bee. It didn't stay intact, but when it was intact, it looked good. Yeah, but.
And did it stay at the bottom where it was supposed to?
Yeah, it did. It stayed. It stayed down. The waxworms did not, though.
Yeah, yuck.
Ew.
Okay, I'm doing the girly hand wavy thing right now. Like ew.
Yeah, I'm just doing the ew and reaching for the strainer thing. Yeah.
They're gone now. They're gone. they stayed at the bottom after the initial rack.
All right, I guess it's time to get on to things that go wrong during aging. Again, it's the same thing. Keep your nose on it. Keep your eyes on it. Smell, look, taste, and
keep your airlock full.
Yeah, keep your airlock full. I like to have a sniff when I'm changing the water in the airlock or refilling the airlock. That's how I keep my nose on things. But yeah, in my particular case, I've had a couple of things go weird with airlocks. I've had people bump the carboy and the airlock fall off, and then nobody told me about it.
Mm-hmm.
I had a little tiny bit of backwash from the mead actually it was